Alright, we are live, or we were live anyway, but right, okay, let's have a look. That volume is insane on a yeah, for a 1.5 hour candle with 3 billion volume. Liquidations, ooh, what do we have in the way of liquidations? A lot. Longs and shorts being liquidated now. And yeah, let's just watch on the super low time frames and just see what is going on. I think we probably bounce now after seeing this volume coming in at the lows. Oh, I don't know. That's a crazy amount of volume coming in at the lows, and I think a lot of people would have been stopped out down here. But there's definite pressure, selling pressure going on here as well. So let's just watch this for a bit longer. We've got a battle. We've got the daily and we've got the weekly. Support of the weekly, resistance at the daily. If we flip the daily, everything looks pretty good for the rest of the day. If we do not flip the daily and we lose this weekly, then we're probably going down towards 30k again. Morning, everyone. I'm ready to trade along if we do something like this, I think. Now that we've got this. So if anyone watched the morning update, I know that was only a few minutes ago. What I was saying is that we had a really bad, like these highs were really bad in order to change market structure. So what I was looking for was for these lows to get taken and then to reclaim the daily and then to move up. And it does appear that we're having this. So at this stage, yeah, something like that is favorable for me. Good morning, everybody. Cool. Yeah, let's just watch what happens for a while. Me. Good morning. Playing my own video. What's everybody with the morning in the middle of the day? Yeah, well, it's 10:30 a.m. here in the UK, so so yeah. Let me click on this and this. I had a really good plan today to make some. Every time I want to make like more just standard videos and like educational content, Bitcoin moves and distracts me. Yeah. Okay. So this is working. Yeah, it's not quite lunchtime here. I've just had my breakfast. I just made my morning update, and now we are here. We will see who wins. Bears versus Bulls. Let's go on the old Twitter machine and have a look. See, this is what the new FUD is now. I don't even know who this guy is, but yeah. Safe moon squeeze. What is this? Oh my god. Okay, let's get off Twitter, because if you look at Twitter and do your trading based off Twitter, you are silly. Let's have a look at what's actually going on the charts. This is crazy volume, like finally crazy volume. We do now have some really nice imbalances there at the lows. We're at VWAP, are we? Is the VWAP really come down this far? Almost, yeah. I think we probably do have some trap shorts here now. Like we didn't on this first drop, but if we go, let's go volume, let's bring this up a bit. Let's go to 40 tick. There was nothing really, there weren't really any, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of selling going on down here. But there's still a lot of selling going on. So to say there's any trap shorts, I think is a bit, yeah, I don't know. I don't know at this stage. It's just chop. There's not really, it's still a pretty even fight. So you got trap shorts and trap longs. It's the same on both sides right now. 32,600 to 32,700 is definitely the area of interest that the big money is going in on. So if we're going fixed range from this, it's a little bit higher. The big money is buying down here, this area. And then they're selling up here. This is like a... That's mad. Like, this is how crazy it is, because we've still got, like, we're getting 5% moves every, like, 10, 15 minutes. So for scalping and for, like, yeah, a lot of, like, the really big money will just be able to scalp this back and forth between here until we get a direction either way. Let's see if... Did Ethereum hit the target? Oh, nearly. So Ethereum needs to go a little bit lower, and then I will be long Ethereum. Yeah, not yet taken the lows on Ethereum. So I do think we maybe see one more push further down. Ethereum seems to be the thing that's been a lot more technical recently. And I would like to buy it around $1,930. Whether or not we get that opportunity, I do not know. We could just bounce here, and I could have just missed it. I had limit orders placed here. Litecoin, Litecoin did hit the weekly. So, oh yeah, no, we hit the weekly earlier. Link has now as well. So Link, Litecoin have hit the weekly. Ethereum has not, and Bitcoin has chopped through it a few times. So every one of the major cryptos is on the same weekly level, like literally exactly the same weekly level. Same point in time. You can take that across like any of the. They're all at big weekly support. Bitcoin is the only thing that's tested it like 4 times already. Everything else has only tested it a couple of times. So this is what I'm talking about, like 22nd of Feb. Bitcoin. Oh, this is a little bit late, a little bit earlier, 25th of Jan. Litecoin. Oh, even earlier. June 2019 we're back to on Litecoin. Big support. Link is August 2020. I probably won't. I'm not going to do a long stream this time. But next target for BTC is 38k. No, not yet. Right now, so oh yeah, DMTD, 38k is way too high to be thinking about right now. It will happen but it's level by level at the moment. First of all, I would be looking at 33,400. If we can break 33,400, then I think 34,800 is going to be quite a significant level of resistance. So we have resistance here, 33,400. We have next resistance will be 34,800. The biggest resistance on the chart will be 35,800. And then if we get through all of those, then I'm looking at 38 to 39k. Divergence. Do we have any? There is actually like 4 hour. Four-hour divergence for sure. Daily will probably go negative, so that's I guess the daily's probably already been negative today on the MACD, which is good, because that does mean we'll get, whatever happens, we'll get about sometime in the next day or two. Do you think they'll take it down below 30k? If it can't, like, if it doesn't get back above 33,400 within like the next hour, then yeah, I think we're going below 30k today. Because I think what we'll see then, if price can't get back above here, and if volume starts to die off, this is the like really important thing. If volume starts to die off here, and it can't get back above 33,400, so if all of the buying gets kind of sold into up here, I think it's very likely that we bleed back down to the lows, that we lose the weekly, and then that becomes another short down to 30k later on in the day. And at that point, that's when you'll have like all the daily divergence and all of that stuff going on as well. So volume has to pick up here and it has to get back above here, basically. Bitfinex short's almost back to normal. Funding. Ooh, funding is going really nicely negative now, again. So long as they're going to get paid really well. We have... Yeah, I'd say this looks like a bottom. But the volume has to maintain here. Volume absolutely has to maintain. Otherwise it could just take it lower really easily. Four-hour bullish divergence. Yeah, I just said that. Yeah, we do have 4-hour bullish divergence. Like yesterday we had it, and then we lost it on the RSI. Again, I don't pay too much attention to it. I don't really care for the divergence. But on the 4-hour, it's okay. We'll have massive CVD divergence, I would assume, against these lows. But we got to be looking way back. No, we don't. Shit, we don't even have any. We don't have any divergence on the. In fact, this is. Oh, I wasn't looking at. Idiot. Okay, so the only thing that one thing that keeps me bearish right now is that Binance are still massively skewed to the long side, like massively. Bybit's a little bit more even, and BitMEX, that's the wrong thing. Still pretty long. Okay. Yeah. Bybit funding is currently positive, yeah. But where does it change? Let me log in to Bybit. I don't know when the next calculation is. Log in. Log in. Lazy eyes, yeah, I do use Quantower sometimes. Lazy eyes, are you in the Discord? Because we do have a partnership with Quantower as well, in order to get discounts and things like that. Oh wow, it's ages until the next funding. Oh well. So we could be in for another 6 hours of this before funding turns negative. Alright. Come on, Bitty. I think the Discord, hold on. Let me post on links. So the good news for everyone is all of the Coinbase, Binance, and eToro alerts have gone out to say Bitcoin's down, Bitcoin's down, Bitcoin's down, Bitcoin's down, which will be the last like shaking out of retail possibly. Normally when all of like the big exchanges tell you that Bitcoin's down, that's normally when we get a nice bounce. What's the time? Yeah, Quantower is really nice for scalping, for sure. Is cycle over? Nah, I don't think so. I mean, even if we are in a bear market, we're going to bounce after these lows are swept. I think if we do go below 28 at this stage, then yes, we're in a bear market. And that's going to take a year or so possibly to recover, unless it gets like bought back really quickly. But that would be like a big macro change of market structure if we do take out these lows. But if we do take out those lows, then I'm pretty sure we'll probably still bounce back up to 50k. And even then, that's like, it's still bear market because you're making lower highs. But then what we possibly see, if we do go any lower, let me just do this as an example. If we do take out 28k, then I'm almost certain we get a bounce from there. Then if we get back into this range again, it's pretty likely we come back up here to test these lows, but that still means bear market. Like, so even if we're in a bear market, the next move still, in my opinion, is bullish, because I think we'll probably come back up here, and then we either consolidate before moving higher, which when you think this, bear market, even though it's pretty bullish compared to now, or we then go down back into this range, lose it, and then do something more like that. So even if we're in a bear market, like, it's not bearish right now because we're so low already. And I don't think we're going to do all of this in, like, we're not going to go down to 12k in one go. It's going to take a while. Are you trying to get me to shill the buy bit? I guess I can. So, anyone in here that trades on Bybit, I think we're the only crypto community that is offering anyone that signs up under our link 10% off of all fees on Bybit. So again, if anyone does trade on Bybit, or wants to trade on Bybit and wants to take advantage of having 10% off of fees, which is quite a big deal. Like, if you think about it, like 10% off of like every single trade you make is kind of a big deal. Then again, like, here's a link. Show my links. Yeah. When to expect rally to 50k? Either now, like if this low holds, now that we've already had the swing failure pattern of these highs, so now that we've taken the highs of the range, if this low does hold, then I do think we see a bounce higher, at least up until like 42. Then we got 48 and 50. Or we take out these lows down to 27, 28, and then I think we do see a nice bounce after that. But like, realistically, everything's at pretty nice support. Like, Ethereum's down 55%. Yeah, it could go down to like 1400 again before getting a nice bounce. But even on Ethereum, that's not that far away. Litecoin, you'd say, could quite easily come down to like $120, but again, not that far away. I think the crowded trade right now is probably everyone expecting these lows to be taken. So I think everyone is almost expecting at this stage for 28k to be taken, and for it to go down to 27, which it might do. But that is, like, what would be nicer is if it just bounced here and no one gets that opportunity, because I think a lot of people have probably sold at the lows expecting to be able to get back in lower, which is a really, really stupid thing to do. You can't sell at the lows expecting to get in lower. Like, that's just silly. Unless you've sold up here, like you either just hold on to this, and then if you do get lower, then you trade that as a plan would give you, or if we lose the weekly and reject off of it, then you can trade it down lower. Or actually, or you could short here of the daily, and then there's your invalidation though. So a short here would be like if you're shorting the daily or near enough to it, and you're expecting a chip, like you could do something like that, scalping. How do I edit? Oh, edit stream. Edit. Oh, what have I done? Have I just ended the stream? No. Okay. I'm probably not going to stream for that much longer. This is kind of boring, to be honest. Thing is, if we bounce, this is probably not going to be as negative as it could be. Right. Value area lows move down a little bit. Whoops. We're looking at 80. Whenever we get volume, I have to keep moving these. Oh crap, that's the wrong thing to do. 8, 8, there. Cool, that'll do. How many days back do we go? Sorry, this is really boring for everyone, I know. 33 days. Has it loaded 33 days? This is what I hate about XO. Yep. Now I can zoom back in. Typical. Right. I'm doing this such a long way. I've started now, so I'll just continue doing it. Okay, there we go. Right. What are people saying? Can I check Polkadot? It'll be dead like everything else, but I'll have a look at it in a minute. Why do you feel we won't even go to 100k? Maybe we could go to like 87k area or something. I'm not saying we can't go to 100k at all. I think at this stage, if we get back above like 46, 48, yeah, I think at this stage, if we're back above 46 to 48k, then I think 100k is still like a big possibility. I think this is going to take a long time to resolve, but still, like I still have targets of like 180 to 220k to the upside if this stays in a bull market, which it still can. Like if this bounces here, that's the crazy thing. If it bounces here and can reclaim some of these important levels and can start to climb back up, if we can get back within this range, even if we drop back down and then we come back up again, like I still think that there are like massively higher targets to the upside. Like if we do kind of form some like longer term consolidation here, and then that takes us out like maybe towards the end of the year up to over 100k, then that's still a possibility for sure. But I just trade level by level, so I don't really care what happens later in the year. Anyway, where was I? So 34,800. Close enough. Point of control 36,800 still on here. So I am going to keep that one on my chart. So the old high volume node from here is still TPO point of control. Um, 39,475, 39,380, close enough. Cool. Okay. But is it probable? Are you asking if 100k is probable? At this stage, no, it's not. Like with price down here, then no. 100k Bitcoin is not likely because we're currently at 32,800, and I I'm not thinking anything beyond 33,400 and 32,300 at the moment. Because we are in a downtrend, and we do have, first of all, we have this resistance. So in order to get back to like highs of, or back up to all-time high, we first got to clear this resistance, which you can't even do. Then we've got to get back into the value area. Then we've got to clear these big point of control areas here. Then we've got to get back to the value area high of the range. Then we're probably looking at another rejection from the value area high of the range if it does come back up this high. And we're probably looking at rejections off of these point of controls as well. Then if all of these rejections, so it can reject here, it can reject here, it can reject here, here, here. if all of those make higher lows, like every single one of them makes a higher low, and then we come back above here, then we're looking at 46, then we're looking at 48. They would still need to continue to make higher lows. Then we've got to come up here, and that's the thing. You take it level by level, and don't worry about the rest of it, because as soon as you start to hope that price is getting higher, then yeah. Because then once we're out of this range, then we have, let's take it from the year. Where am I? Here. What do you make of the wick down to 31,950 half an hour ago? If I'm short of the daily, 33,390, was looking for 31,500, just missed my take profit. Yeah, I mean, this is the slight change of market structure. So what we were looking for, because that was too difficult of a high to take, you were looking for a change of market structure after this. So looking for a rejection off of the daily to take that low, and now we could start to look at something like this, but we'd need to make a higher high here and then retrace and then come back up. Like that's the only way I would trade that right now, is something like this. So change market structure, look to long the retrace. If we lose 27 to 28k with no significant bounces, then we're probably going back down into like single figure $1,000 things, but that's not going to happen. Ba, ba, ba. 13k is the finder's target. How long down there with all my savings? Oh man. Cool. I think I might Silent Bob, a bit off topic. Been here a while. Can you give your opinion on the arrogant guy claiming to call everything the market does? Do you think that's possible? I mean, okay, so here's the thing. It's very easy, like, because I can do that as well. Like, if you're on top of your levels, then you will always catch the high and the low. Always, if you're on top of the levels. Like, so I know that there's a weekly level here, and that might reverse Bitcoin. I know that there's a daily level here, and that might cause a short. But there's a big difference between calling it and trading it, and then not getting chopped up with everything in between. Because what you can do very easily, so on this move down, all of these levels, and I've had other ones in between here. So we had a daily level just here that we hit. And at that stage, you can get a trade off of every single one of these levels. So if you're on top of your levels, then you can trade everything. And yes, you can call every move. It's not very difficult to do. But there's a big difference between calling it and trading it. Like, if you'd have been like calling this level, expecting a swing trade, and not protected yourself with a stop loss or not taken profit on this trade and let it get underwater, then yeah, maybe you look like a genius for calling this level, but then you're underwater and then you're riding it all the way down or whatever. It was very easy to call this range value area high to say, okay, look, we're back within the range value area high. This is a nice short opportunity, and it was. But again, it's very different to trade that than it is to actually call it. So yeah, it's not difficult at all to call every level. In fact, it's really easy. Like, that's the easiest part of being a trader, is to know your levels. If you don't know your levels, then you can never be a good trader. But even if you do know your levels, it doesn't necessarily make you a good trader. But yeah, to claim to call everything the market does is not a difficult thing to do at all. Because I can do it, and I'm sure a lot of other people in here can as well. As long as you know what levels there are. So if you're a good analyst, you'll always catch the move. There's never like, I mean, like, yeah, it rejected here or whatever, but I'm sure I can find a reason why it rejected there. In fact, the reason it rejected there would have just been coming back into resistance. There's always a horizontal level to trade off of. Never any need to hate on everyone. Yeah. I think that's just the fundamentals of being a price action trader, is you need to know every level before it hits, just naturally, otherwise you can't trade it. So like, for example, if we do drop down below here, I can tell you now that if we are to get a move down below where we are currently, there will be areas that price will bounce, and they will be, we will probably get a bounce off of this daily. You don't know how big it will be, and then we will certainly get a bounce if these lows are taken. So this will be a, what do we gotta call it, liquidity swing failure pattern. and then that's kind of before the range. I guess we can go to yearly open as well. That is basically our yearly open. So let's go on to here. And we will go, this is our yearly. Yeah, cool. So I can tell you with like a pretty decent amount of confidence that if this does break down, if the weekly does break down, then the next levels will get a bounce will be 30,428, well, 29k. Those will both bounce price, but you don't know whether it's going to do like something like this and then fail and then come back below and then come down and then get another bounce or something. But these will be significant levels for the price. And also, I guess you could say this as well. But at this point, I think if we take out this, then we're going down towards the yearly. Oliver Fenton, measured move of the head and shoulders would make negative prices. Yeah. Yeah, it would. But what you could say from it would be, if this is our, let's just say at this point neckline probably here, 50.4%. So the realistic measured move would be another 50%. 50.4%, so 16k. So if you're actually going to be realistic of what that measured move for the head and shoulders would be, it would be like $16,000. Because you'd just be looking for a 50% down and then another 50% down. Volume is pretty dead now, so we might lose this weekly, and then we go down to lower targets all the way down here. And then we lose all the money. It's okay. Right, I'm gonna be back in a minute. All right. Yep. I'm back. Okay. Just got myself a nice coffee. Okay, what I think I'm going to do, I don't know. Let's have a look. Is there some absorption going on here? Nope. Well, honestly, right now it looks really, really awful. Everyone's still too keen on longing this. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, we're going to see start of the bear market, are we? Maybe today? Even though it's been bearish for ages. Okay, Ethereum's taken the lows. Come on, Ethereum. This is kind of crazy, but I am going to go long on Ethereum if we do come below 1,933. And just coffee and biscuits. Good stuff. What's Cardano doing? It'd be interesting to see if Cardano is still holding the weekly as well. Cardano's looking good, so like it's looking okay on a Bitcoin pair, at least. Cardano looks alright. Again, we got a bounce off the same weekly. Like everything is at the a weekly level, and that's where everything bounced off yesterday. And the rejection was really obvious as well. I mean, yeah, $1.20 looks good for Cardano. But then that's all the way down to like $1. Dip my biscuit in my coffee. So So this is almost certainly going to break down, I think, at this stage. I don't know, like, we could get some crazy absorption going on here, but I think that's highly unlikely. Unless we see buyers like really start. I guess we're getting some buyers stepping in. I don't know. Oh man, it's hard to call. Death cross. All right. Sorry for laughing at the death cross. Death cross. Okay, it's happened, and it's going to happen on the EMAs. So the only way you could possibly trade the death cross is, first of all, you couldn't have traded the death cross on the SMAs because we never came into it. And the EMAs, you would have had to have taken the short, which was a short for other reasons, like other really easy reasons. The death cross happens because of the price. Like, you can't trade a death cross. Like, it happens because of a trades that have already been taken. So the death cross is going to play out even if we pump to like 50k today. It's going to happen. Like, it's silly. Silly. People who shorted death cross news. I mean, yeah, like, when would the death cross have been likely? I mean, we're probably looking back at... I'm pretty sure as well the only people that shorted death cross news would have been the people longing this breakout. Yeah. It's interesting, but it's not something you could trade. It's impossible. Where are we on the weekly? Weekly 55. Yeah, okay, this is my, like, when did people start talking about the death cross? Like, when did people properly start talking about the death cross? I think that was probably back here. People only bothered to talk about it when things are bearish, right? So people started talking about the death cross at these lows. People would have then been shorting at these lows, probably, thinking, oh my god, we're going to have a death cross. Then what happens when price goes back up is everyone starts talking, oh my god, it's only a death cross, like it's already happened, we're just going to break through it and go back up. So you can't trade it. It's just not It's just not like something that's tradable. Like, yeah, you could have shorted the 200 EMA. That could have happened. So right now this is the cross on the SMAs and this is the cross on the EMAs. Fly. Go away, fly. Got it. But yeah, when most people started talking about the death cross, that would have been down here. Everyone who shorted that's wrecked. By the time you come back up here, it's like, oh no, maybe we won't get the death cross after all. Maybe we can get back above it. And then they're wrecked. Oh, just choose a direction, will you? I'm bored. I'm so bored of this. Whoops, wrong chart, wrong chart. Where's Fiat? Spot. So spot is positive. So right now there's just a massive difference between derivatives and spot. So people are buying spot and selling futures. Volume looks low. Yeah, it does at the moment. And this is what I was saying, like, so volume decreasing right now. I mean, I was talking about volume decreasing up here, and then it did give the move down. Again, volume continuing to decrease here favors a move up. And then if volume continues to decrease, it favors a move down. And then if volume continues to decrease, it favors a move up. Because you're going to need size now to break either of these. It's going to have volume to break out of one of these now. $31,400 off the parallel range. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Are you saying we have something like this? Actually, this is interesting. Nope. How do I draw this on this chart? I don't really know why I'm drawing this. Interesting to see anyway. High to high. Okay, this is something. Whoa. This is interesting. Oh, negatives. Yeah. Oh shit. This is really interesting. Right, okay. -1. Cool. -1.618. Highs. Now let's go 1.618. Down there. And 2. Alright. Support. Resistance. Oh, there's not enough history. Damn it. Okay. I mean, there's not enough history on this. I've just randomly drawn this now. But if I hold on, let me just save as extensions RD. Let me find this time. Where did I draw it from? Here to here. To here. Then you got all these touch points. Cool. Oh, what? What? This is the one. Shit. Old all-time high. On the 1. Continues on 3. Giving us a massive... Oh, no, shit, it's not on the 1. It's on the 236, isn't it? Oh, that was almost so cool. Almost. That would have almost been like the coolest little log channel ever. What happens if we take it to the 1? Either way, I like it. 2618 worked. There's that. Oh, I like this. I like this. You can't trade it, but I like it. It's interesting. All of these touch points off of these fibs from just connecting two highs that we've had within this range. That's kind of crazy. Oh, I've been live for almost an hour and a half. Been live for as long as a football match, and Bryce has done nothing. Ugh. If the volume is low, would it be a good idea to short now? No. I mean, the only short I would take right now is something like this, down towards here. People are buying this too much. People are buying this with no confirmation. And it's going to cause funding to just stay the same. We're not even going to get negative funding if people keep buying this up without any confirmation. Nudge. Does today fit within the manipulation phase before expansion, or has that been validated? No, we've already had the expansion. It just didn't go as high. So we were looking at basically, I drew it really high, but we've already had an expansion back to the highs of the range. So what we've had is, and this is what I was looking for, was the sell-off, and you could have said sell-off coming from all the way up here, which was why I put the expansion back up to the top of there. But realistically, we had sell-off, range, then we were looking manipulation, and then expansion, and by the time you got out to that, like, that's an expansion of the range. We're back at the high of the range, so that has happened already, and that failed obviously, and now we're looking at a higher likelihood that this breaks down after this has failed. So this is just the same as what we had back here. So you know how we had that failed breakout of the consolidation, which then got, because we failed off after the breakout, we got follow through to the downside. Now what we've got is a failed breakout of the range, which makes it much more likely that we do get continuation to the downside. It doesn't make it like certain, but it makes it a lot more likely than we're getting back here. So I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches of the lows and only 3 of the highs. You got to favour a breakdown at the moment, but it might not happen. And if we regain the point of control, then you'd favour a move to the upside. Everything pivots around like this area. Bearish below it, bullish above it. It's just, yeah, that was a really poor expansion. Like you didn't even get like a deviation of the range, really. I know if I go offline, this is going to break. Hold on, I'm still hungry, so I'm just gonna turn my mic and my camera off for a minute, and if anything happens, I'm just gonna pop myself back on. So hold on, guys. Volume's still poor on this as well. Back on camera again. That was nice. Kind of had some lunch whilst trading or whilst streaming. Personal prediction for BTC end of year. My prediction was always $180,000 to $220,000. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna be the bull. I'm gonna stick with 180 to 220. Let's do that. Let's be the bull in a room full of bears and stick with my prediction that I had at the start of the year, which was 180. Oh, yeah, but am I long on ETH now? Yep, cool. Let's see if we get a bounce. What? Man. Right, okay. Where do I put my invalidation on this? Oh, I might need to take this on. It's not looking good. Still no volume. ETH. Okay, Bitcoin must be breaking down then. Nope, still not. Okay, I've just bought some more ETH based off this spot and taken a small long. That was the target. We're looking like something like this. To long off of this. And at this stage, probably. I mean, even that's okay. There's no actual confirmation for a long right now. The volume is poor. But if you are long Ethereum off of this weekly, then you got $2,277 as your daily. Then we could be looking back at this trend line that's coming down. But ultimately, if you get a proper long out of this, and this is a swing position, then you're trading it back up to this daily, which is a possibility. however unlikely that may be. And then you got to look at resistance within that area as well. Go for the 0.5 as well. So this gives you confluence on this move down, and then we've got let's go for this one. Yeah, we're breaking down now. Okay, some action. Bouncing again. Let's see how it goes. So once again, it's got to get back above the weekly. So will it? Yep. Back above the weekly. Okay, again. That's lows taken once and twice. Hourly closed above it. And we're bouncing. And we have... meh. We have a $14 million short at the lows there. Interesting. It's crazy how like boring it seems when we're doing like 5% swings within a very short amount of time. Right. What's the new AgriTrade? Is it like v2.agritrade? I don't even know. How do you get the new version up? I want to see the liquidations. Oops. Yeah, we got good volume again at the lows. Nothing going on. No aggression. And no strength. What did spot price do? I guess, yeah, that's normal that we'd get a bounce from here because it is just $32,000. So again, people buying spot will have sell Bibles there. Yeah, that's normal that we get a bounce off of this. I don't think it's just a bounce because there's a Bible. There's going to be Bibles at 32k. Some bearish divergence on the 5 minute. How would you have it? What one? Like, we're already at the low, so we can't have bearish divergence. No, certainly no bearish divergence. I mean, yeah, I guess so. But again, this could be. You got. I'd say this is more bullish than bearish, to be honest. You got like little bits going on. But right now, CVD is, or Delta's way below price. Lack of participants, so lack of aggression on the downside in comparison to this one, which had a lot of aggression to the downside. There's a lack of it on this move. You got, oh no, you didn't get anything there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you had this, didn't you? Yeah, bearish CVD building here, but wow, is that as high as I can go? Oh man. Boring. How do I check my... I Can't remember how to do this. Yeah, 28.95 is a level. 28.955 for me, which is our yearly open. Did I get that right? Is that the correct yearly open? Yeah, 1st of Jan. So that is what I would be looking for. But it'd be crazy for it not to take out these lows if we did go down there. Looks pretty bad. Right now, that looks like a rejection to me. Unless it gets over it quickly. Oh, Mirax, I've just seen your question. On Bybit, better to trade BTC USD or BTC USDT? It depends if you want to accumulate or if you want to trade to get more Bitcoin or if you want to trade to get more US dollars. I currently trade to get more Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin looks like crap. ETH is dropping on the BTC pair. Woo! No, it's just, yeah, hit resistance. Litecoin's hitting the monthly. So Litecoin's hit support. So this at the beginning of the stream was where we were looking for it to go, and it has gone down here. So Litecoin has now hit support. I'm not shorting this. Top 10 viral 2019 videos. No, I'm not shorting this. I'm looking at longs now, but I'm waiting for confirmation in order to get those. Litecoin is at critical support on the Bitcoin pair, and it needs to reclaim the weekly. ETH is dropping down towards critical support on the BTC pair and needs to reclaim this weekly. And Bitcoin needs to reclaim this weekly. Would you consider an inverse def cross BTC 4 hour? And we've just pulled back to support for a bounce. Huh? What? I mean, surely there's not a golden cross on a 4 hour. No. No, absolutely not. So you're talking about this on the SMAs, how these crossed over back to 50 being on the upside, but this is going to cross back down again. You can't get away from that now. Yeah, we did retest the weekly as resistance, but I don't. I mean, you. I was saying you could short it, and you can short it because it does look like we're going lower. But here we go. We've hit the bottom of the log channel. So yeah, short of the weekly would have worked. Yeah. I'm going to get back to doing some actual work in a bit. Doing some other videos and stuff. Alexandru, so if you're not short of the weekly here, what are you looking for as your next trade? At the moment, I'm not interested in trading. I took the ETH trade, but that was, well, yeah, that at the moment's not looking so good. I'm looking for longs, but on Bitcoin, I'm certainly not going to get into a long until there's some confirmation and a change of market structure. Like, it's no chance. Because there's just no way of knowing how low this is going to go now. Those are my levels of interest, and they're a long, long, long way down. P, should I long Doge? What is Doge doing? Ooh. Oh boy. Man, this is worse than what we had that like few weeks ago. I mean, you could take a Doge long down here. Wow. This is where I'd look to long Doge. What's down the most? Shiba, no. Dog coins get wrecked. Oh, poor doggy coins. Gold. Yeah, that's something interesting. Crypto's dead, so let's look at other stuff. Look what happened after Gold's death cross. Oh man, these are actually gonna... Oh, death crosses are actually gonna start... People are gonna start thinking they work. Bloody hell. Death crosses do work on gold, don't they? Whoa! Death crosses do work on gold. I should just remove these off my chart. So gold is wrecked. But at support... I don't really trade gold. Support. 10% down on the day. Ouch. A long way down. Such carnage. Oh man. People still longing this. People gonna have to get wrecked. People gonna have to get wrecked. I might stop streaming. Does anyone else have any questions or anything like that? Because I'm kind of bored now. It's just a slow, boring bleed down. Nothing really going on. Okay. P, that's what I was going to record this morning, and then Bitcoin had other ideas. Yeah. My assets. Cool. I want to buy some more spot BTC here. So that's what I'm doing. Buy some Bitcoin. This isn't a trade. This is just buying spot BTC with some of my USDT. But I must have some conditional orders or something somewhere. USDT, BTC. Okay. Exchange. USDT. Bybit. No. Bybit? BTC. Maximum. Why is it not letting me exchange? Oh, the exchanges. There's not even any volume, but the exchanges are down. Okay, I'm going to stop streaming because clearly this isn't working. What do you think? Why do you think the DXY is pumping so hard? Because it's an overcrowded short trade and it needs to shake people out. I don't have a short in DOGE. What do you think is more likely at this point? Swing failure pattern at 30k area or swing failure pattern yearly open at 28,900? Either. I have them both as levels, so see what happens when we get there. And yeah, that's the questions, isn't it? If it gets back above this weekly, who knows? Who knows? At the moment, this is still a lower risk to short it. But then you've not really got much of an invalidation. Like, this is still going to be resistance. If you're long off of this, then that's definitely a take profit. Or if you're long off of this, then it's a closeout break even. So there's going to be selling pressure on this here. But we'll see if it can reclaim. If it does show a sign of strength, then what could happen is we reclaim it and then we go back up to the daily and then things look okay again until it fails again. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the price. Bye.